Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Novianny Sukma. I am from majoring economic educations, concentrate accounting educations. I am from Faculty of Ekonomi, Jakarta State University. Today I want to presenting my proposal research presentations entitled The Effect of Self-Regulated Learning and Self-Efficacy Towards Academic Procrastinations in 12th grade of 46 Vocational High School, Jakarta. Before I start my presentation today, I want to say thank you for my thesis supervisor, that is Mr. Ahmad Fauzi and Mr. Mardi. Thank you for your advice and for your support for me. This is my problem background. The competitiveness of the nation is largely determined by how strong the human capital produced by education, by Dewey 2015. Therefore, to maximize the quality of educations, or levels and type of existing educations must strive to develop all aspects of the children's personality in a balanced way between intellectual intelligence, sensitivity of conscience, faith, and skills to behave and act. Education has an important role in the forming good human research. Education is used as the front line in shaping and preparing a generation that is able to compete globally. In general, education can be done informal, and non-formally. Informal education starts from the family. The urgency of education in the family environment lies in the deeper socializations in the family that can shape a child's personality. And formal education is obtained from the school, and that is becomes the main educational environment after the family environment. And third, non-formal education that is obtained from the community. Non-formal education can give individuals an idea how to live society. The community education's environment is often neglected, even though it is very influential of a person's mental development. Every individual is required to be able to use their times effectively so that it can increase the efficiency of the time they have. However, until now, there is still an unpreparedness in completing these demands so as to do procrastination in doing the task. In psychology, it is known that there is a procrastination which indicates that an undisciplined in using time's a tendency to delay completing tasks. According to a Carl Gustav Jung, the ego plays an important role binding perceptions, thoughts, feelings, and the memories that can enter consciousness. Based on this statement, it can be stated that these decisions taken from the within individuals are very important in making decisions. And this is some of the factors that cause academic procrastination behavior include self-regulated learning and self-efficacy. Every student needs self-regulated learning and self-efficacy in their learning, because with self-regulated learning, the people can be guided, regulate, and control themselves, especially when they are faced with the difficult tasks. At the same time, if a person's self-efficacy is poor, they will be subject to pressure, despair, and lack of the confidence. Meanwhile, someone with the strong self-efficacy will be able calm when faced with challenge. And this is my formulations of the problem. First, is there an effect between self-regulated learning on academic procrastination behavior? Second, is there an effect between self-efficacy and academic procrastination behavior? And third, is there an effect between self-regulated learning and self-efficacy on academic procrastination behavior? And this is my research purpose. This study aims to find out and analyze the effect of self-regulated learning and self-efficacy on academic procrastination behavior. This is my first literature review, and there is academic procrastinations. Based on NISPA and OCFIMA 2019, describe academic procrastination as a deliberate and continuous delay in completing academic tasks, which have a detrimental influence for the perpetrators, who are called a procrastinator. Herawati 2019 explained that the procrastination can be classified as a delay that is done repeatedly and becomes a habit. And third, Wardani and Nurwardani 2019 explained that academic procrastination is a delay in doing academic tasks caused by dissatisfaction with assignment and other factors. So, based on the expert opinion, it can be concluded that academic procrastination is a person's tendency to respond to a task by delaying intentionally and repeatedly until it becomes a habit. And this is academic procrastination indicators according to Henry Schoenberg, Warsia, Febritama, dan Sanjaya, and Herawati 2019. First, postponing and completing a task. A procrastinator will procrastinate in starting and completing tasks, even though he knows that the task must be completed immediately, but they are preferred to delay until close to deadline. And second is delaying in completing tasks. A procrastinator spends excessive time preparing themselves or doing things that take up time that are not related to completing the task at hand. And third, the gap between planning time and actual time. Delaying in the meeting the assigned time of assignment or not being timed according to his own plans or deadlines from the teachers. The plans that have been drawn up are not carried out as they should but change according to the wishes of his author. So the schedule don't go well. And fourth, do other fun activities. A procrastinator deliberately does not focus on completing his tasks, but doing other fun activities such as playing games and other fun activities anymore that has nothing to do with completing the task. And this is literature review of self-regulated learning. First, Atiyah and Abdul Wahid 2020 explained that self-regulation is the ability of students to use internal and external abilities to choose when to start, continue, and end their duties. Second, Mustika 2017, the meaning of self-regulated learning is described as an exercise of conscious control over one's thoughts and actions to achieve goals and adapt to the environment. And third, Wardani and Nurwardani 2019 explained that self-regulated learning also shows how a person to regulate, motivate, and manage his motivations, as well as how he creates or uses as an environment that supports their academic efforts. So, based on the expert opinion, it can be concluded that academic procrastination, that the self-regulated learning So, based on the expert opinion that has been explained, it can be concluded that self-regulated learning refers to person's ability to manage his behavior and attention to get the right reactions for the demand it himself and the environment, as well as effort in the planning to achieve goals. Indicators of self-regulated learning, according to Zimmerman, Walters, Pinterest, and Carbonet, and Hasim, are first, metacognitions. Metacognition is an aspect that shows the skills of an individual in planning, organizing or managing, instructing on himself, monitoring and evaluating in learning activities. Second, motivations. Motivation arises from within in the individual himself, without any or encouragement from the others, but based on himself. And third is learning behavior. Active behavior in self-regulated learning is an individual's effort to regulate themselves, select and utilize an environment that supports learning activities. And this is literature review of self-efficacy. First, Malkoch and Mutlu argues that self-efficacy is a person's belief in his own effectiveness, capacity to carry out certain tasks. Second, Alwisol 2019 describes self-efficacy as a person acting in different situations based on environmental interactions and cognitive aspects related to belief that represents a person's capacity or ability. And third, Herawati 2019 explained that self-efficacy is a self-confidence that the person has in his ability to do something in certain situations. So, based on the expert opinion has been explained, it can be concluded that self-efficacy is a person's self-confidence that describes a person's capacity and to organize and carry out tasks at a certain level to achieve goals. And this is indicators of self-efficacy according to Albert Bandura, Herawati, Alam, including first, level dimensions or level. It is individual's belief to carry out or solving problem or task at hand based on the level difficult. Second, general dimensions or generality. It is determination of the individual in starting or completing the task at the hand. And third, that is strength. It is individual's belief about the breadth of the task at the hand. This is relevant research. First, research of Atia and Abdul Wahid 2020 found that self-regulation and self-efficacy will result in procrastination. And second, research of Lubis 2018 found that there was a negative and significant relationship between self-regulated learning and self-efficacy on academic procrastinations. And third, research of Ziegler and Obdenecker 2018 found that increasing self-regulation and self-efficacy show great hopes for reducing procrastination behavior. And fourth, research of Zhang et al. 2018 found that academic procrastination can be reduced by increasing self-efficacy and self-regulation. And fifth, research of Febritaman and Sanjaya found that self-regulation is one of the strong factors for predicting procrastination behavior. And this is theoretical framework. This is self-regulated learning towards academic procrastination. Academic procrastination is a serious barrier to the success of students in achieving goals. This is influenced by the use of less effective self-regulations. The more effective self-regulated learning used by students will show their independence and abilities. Second, academic procrastination behavior often occurs as a result of the self-regulation system of someone who is experiencing a low stand and a tendency to delay or avoid work on the task because of the inability of an individual to avoid fun activities for him. And this is self-efficacy towards academic procrastinations. An individual who has self-efficacy in learning process will be shown by his skills in managing their learning process by defining the goals that apply to themselves and apply to the appropriate strategy to achieve their goals. Lack of self-efficacy in someone will cause low persistence in learning in doing assignment and will lead to academic procrastinations. Self-efficacy has a big influence on academic procrastination behavior. Students who have high self-efficacy tend to be more alert in dealing with and completing tasks. And this is self-regulated learning and self-efficacy towards academic procrastinations. Based on Hidayati and Aulia 2019, internal factors that cause individuals to carry out academic procrastination, such as self-efficacy showing the capacity of individuals, self-control, anxiety, academic stress, and self-regulated learning that can determine of the level of academic procrastination in a person. And this is hypothesis. First, there is an effect between self-regulated learning and academic procrastinations. Second, there is an effect between self-efficacy and academic procrastination. And third, there is an effect between self-regulated learning and self-efficacy on academic procrastination. Chapter 3, Research Methodology. First, class. I take place in 46 Vocational High School, Jakarta. The reason the research chose this location because the research want to know about the procrastination behavior carried out by the student, especially in class in grade 12 in Vocational High School. And then time, the research chose time, that is August 2022. And third, that is method. Method is quantitative research. The reason of the research choose this method is because the research will test objective by examining the relationship between variables. Using this data, the data is quantitative or measurable, so that it can be analyzed using statistic procedures. And fourth, there is data search. The data used in this study is the primary data from 3 variables consisting of independent variables and dependent variables. The independent variables include self-regulated learning, self-efficacy, and the dependent variable is academic procrastinations. And there is data collection. There is data collection in this study were taken from the research instrument in the form of questionnaire. And this is population and sample. Based on the Slovene formula with an error rate of 5% with a population of 294 students, the sample obtained is at least 166 students. And this is data analysis technique. First, multiple linear regression analysis aims to analyze the relationship between dependent variables and several independent variables. Second, test requirements analysis, consisting of first, normality test, which aims to determine whether the data population is normally distributed or not. Second, linearity test, which aims to determine whether the 2 variables have a linear relationship or not. And third is a hypothesis testing, consisting of first, coefficient test together, or F-test, is used to find out how much influence the independent variables have on the dependent variables together. And second is partial regression coefficient test, or t-test, is used to determine whether partially independent variables have a significant effect or not on the dependent variable. A fourth, correlation coefficient analysis, consisting of first, multiple correlation analysis, used to see the close relationship between the existing independent variables of dependence variable. And second is coefficients of determination test, used to explain the magnitude of the effort of the value of the variable on the increase or decrease in the value of other variables. So thank you for my presentations. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry if there is any mistakes. So that's enough for me. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.